And we're back. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Hawk Sense. I am your host, Alex Nicolau, and in this week's episode, it is our final Marvel Spider-Man 2 video before we play the game. I know the past 3 months have all been about Marvel Spider-Man 2, but it's like there's nothing else to talk about. And this is monumental, so we got to. So this is actually not the only video you guys are going to get today. You're also going to get my video of me unboxing the collector's edition later in the day as well once I get it and record the video and upload it and whatnot. So hopefully you guys are checking out for that as well, but it's here. It's here. The game is here. Today is Friday, October 20th for you guys, and it's here. I hope you guys are enjoying the game as much as I probably am right now as you guys are watching this video. It looks phenomenal. So today in this episode, we're going to be talking about my final thoughts, concerns maybe, and just my overall expressions that I have on this game. As you can see, we're all pimped out in the gear. We got the Secret Wars Black Suit Spidey hoodie t-shirt on. We got the two pops right here. We got this cool little pop of Venom fighting Spider-Man, and then we have the Venom in the background there. Also, we got Tobey Spider-Man hanging in the back. I guess that also fits. Well, to be fair, almost all my room has Spider-Man in it, so it doesn't even matter. But I am beyond excited. So before we actually get started, I do want to take you guys back to October of 2021. October 4th, 2021 to be exact, I believe. The first ever episode of Hawk Sense where I packed too much information into one episode. Such a baby, bro. Little baby boy, Alex. 2021. We actually hit over 2 years earlier in the month, which is pretty phenomenal. And I want to take a moment here to thank you guys so much for all the viewership and the love and support you guys show on the show. You guys are awesome, and I love doing this, and I'm gonna continue doing this until I leave. So this is the pilot episode where we originally got the first ever teaser trailer with the iconic image of just Miles and Peter standing together. This is what I had to say about Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Two pretty big Marvel games coming out that I'm very excited for. Insomniac Games has been hard at work on 2 new games. One being Wolverine. I did not expect this whatsoever. It's most likely
I can't wait for that as well. Come on.
And like I said, it's going to be made by Insomniac Games, which has made Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, which are amazing games. It's going to be exclusive to PS5 consoles, and we don't know any other details about release, story, actors, but we do know that is...
So, to correct him, release, story, actors, what was I saying? We don't know too much information on the release, the story, actors. That's what I was trying to say.
It's likely going to be in the same universe as Marvel Spider-Man.
It is.
This is broadening the Marvel universe for Insomniac, which I'm very excited for. And here's the big one, guys. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is coming out in 2023. It's far, but Tony Todd, who's
voicing Venom, said this game is absolutely massive.
Venom, guys. The Candyman is voicing Venom. Said this game is absolutely massive.
How does that correlate with each other whatsoever? It's funny to go back on this episode, especially now that something's being concluded in the Hawk Sense lore of Marvel Spider-Man 2. But it's crazy to see or hear myself, because I grew so much in these past 2 years of doing the podcast, and it's just it's crazy. This episode sucks. It's terrible, but you guys ate it. You guys ate it up. That was one of my most popular episodes still, because it's a pilot. Let's keep going.
It gets me so excited. We do know that Miles and Peter will both be playable. A lot of people were going to say it's co-op, but it's not co-op.
Nope. Correct on that.
Actually, I did not want it to be co-op. The character is affected by the storyline, where you would play as Peter Parker Spider-Man, and then you would play as MJ and Miles in some missions. So basically, however the story
hitting
goes,
the mic all the time.
The character you play as. And this begs the question, guys. Is Venom going to be playable? We've had Venom playable in a few games before.
So I feel like I can say this now that the game is officially out. I was right about that. I saw a leak a couple weeks back. Freaking Matt, bro. I'm sending a leak. Don't send it, bro. And he sent it. And it was a Venom mission, which is... Dude, we get to play as Venom. I cannot wait. Oh my God. I just almost swore. Oh my god, bro. But yeah, we get to play as Venom. Sorry, a little bit of a spoiler. But you probably would have seen it on YouTube anyway. I think I saw some stuff on YouTube earlier as well. Let's keep going.
And Tony Todd said this game is absolutely massive, so I'm getting so excited because what if Venom is playable? That would be absolutely nuts. But besides that, both Miles and Peter looked like they had gotten some upgrades.
It's facts.
Peter has iron arms, and they look like they might be programmable matter from the underground. And then
so that has yet to be confirmed. We do not know where the iron arms are come from. We know that it just kind of like a supplement for the fact that Miles has bioelectricity, the blue and yellow powers, which are seemingly different, and he has the invisibility. Because I think I talk about this in this podcast where I think people would probably play as Miles more if they can choose, and because of his added abilities, right? He has the electricity, he has the invisibility. Peter Parker's just Spider-Man, so they gave him the symbiote abilities, which he can equip with his gadgets, and then they also gave him the iron arms. I think I'm going to play with the symbiote abilities a little bit more. I think I'm going to try to stay away from that kind of stuff, because I know you guys know I'm not a huge gadget man in the games. I never really use the gadgets. I think the farthest I went maybe was like electrical webs. I used web bombs and impact webs, but other than that, bro, I was just using web shooters. I was having fun. I was saucing with that. You guys saw my gameplay too. I barely used any of the other gadgets in the wheel.
Miles now has both yellow and blue bioelectricity. In the first game, he only had yellow. But I think people are saying that blue is probably because he consumed all that new form at the end of Spider-Man Miles Morales.
That is yet to be confirmed. We do not know where the blue bioelectricity comes from yet.
Makes a lot of sense. But both their costumes as well. Both their suits got upgrades.
Yes.
Look at side-by-side pictures of them, and you'll see the upgrades very clearly. So some of the villains that are going to be in the game, we obviously saw at the end. Venom, like I said, he's being voiced by the Candyman, Tony Todd. Very excited for that. But it's a little different. It's not Eddie Brock. It's Harry Osborn. We've only seen that.
So we have been speculating that for years, since the first game, 2018. We're like, oh, Harry's probably going to be Venom. There's no Eddie Brock in this storyline. So that's obviously kind of been confirmed through all the trailers and the not merchandise, all the trailers and just the PlayStation blogs. Harry Osborn is most definitely going to be Venom. That doesn't mean that Eddie Brock is out of the game. I haven't seen anything that said otherwise, or depending on when Insomniac just tweeted. Not tweeted. I think they had in an interview, and in the interview they were asked, "Would you make a Venom game?" And they said, "We're going to listen to the fans." We're going to listen to the fans, huh? You know what the fans are going to say. Get to work. That's what they're going to say.
The XD's cartoon Ultimate Spider-Man. And
facts.
We'll see what happens.
Kid knows his stuff.
All right. But the post-credit scene in both games obviously leads us to believe that Harry Osborn is Venom.
Facts.
And throughout the trailer, you can actually hear the voice of Kraven the Hunter, which is very unexpected.
That's true, but you can hear the difference in the audio there. So I recorded that in what is now our break room in the studio, because it has such bad audio quality that room was empty. And we're like, dude, why don't we just make it a break room? So we eat our lunch in there. We have a Wii in there where we play Wii. And it echoes so much. And I was sitting in that room just filming that scene. And I was like, man, we've come a long way. I can tell you that. Wow.
He's saying things along the lines of, I've been waiting all my life to find an equal, which is interesting, and I'm very excited because it looks like they'll be trying to take on an interpretation of the comic book Kraven's Last Hunt.
Which still could be true. I mean, we haven't got any full confirmation of what kind of storyline they're going for. I know it's very unique, but they are 100% taking inspiration from the comics of Kraven's Last Hunt. I mean, Black Suit, Spider-Man, and Kraven, there's no doubt in my mind.
And I would 100% recommend you guys go and read. But some other villains that could appear could be Kraven's cousin, the Chameleon, who was...
So this one I thought I had in the bag back then. But unfortunately, I don't think that is going to be the case. I don't know if Chameleon is going to be in this game. I know, I talk about it. Let me just let it play.
Mentioned in the first game in a side mission called Spider-Men, where some random guy was dressing up like Spider-Man fighting crimes, and Spider-Man figured out that someone was impersonating him, so he thought it was the Chameleon, so he tried to track him down and all that, but it wasn't the Chameleon. So we know that Spider-Man has already fought the Chameleon before, so maybe Chameleon told Kraven about Spider-Man to kill him and whatnot. So we'll see when we get more news on the villains of this game.
So yeah, I wholeheartedly believe that Chameleon was going to be in this game, and there's still a good chance he is. You know, we don't have every single bit of information on the villains of this game, but the villains are just stacked up. We're going to talk about that later, but like with like Sandman, Mysterio, and everybody else being added to the playlist of freaking villains in this game, it's like, can Chameleon even show up naturally? Like, it's kind of wild to think about because like with everything going on in this game, is there room for him? And like he would be the most like fitting villain because he's Kraven's cousin, you know. But like I don't know.
There's also in the post-credit scene of Marvel Spider-Man
Connors.
Miles Morales, and we also already know that he's been the Lizard before from a backpack Easter egg.
That's correct. This kid, bro, this kid, he knows his stuff. I listen to this kid, I'm like, wow, I would 100% listen to this podcast in the future because he knows what he's talking about. But yeah, there was a backpack Easter egg in the first game of a blood vial of Dr. Connors' blood that he used to turn him back from the Lizard. And then in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man Miles Morales, we see him. And obviously, we see the Lizard in the game. He's one of the main antagonists, one of the first antagonists you kind of go against with the black suit.
Game,
I believe.
So he will most likely also be in the new Spider-Man game. Unfortunately, Green Goblin will not be in this game, which it kind of makes sense. They have Venom, which is already a huge Spider-Man villain, so maybe they'll save the other big Spider-Man villain for the next game, which is okay. They're leaving options open for new games, which I'm very excited for. But Green Goblin is my favorite supervillain of all time, guys.
That's facts.
I really want to see him in an Insomniac version. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to that. But yes, this will be exclusive to PS5, and I really hope there won't be a custom PS5 because I might throw myself off the roof if there is. Guys,
I'm still here. We're chilling. Unfortunately, I wasn't a huge fan of the PS5. Like, it's definitely cool to see, and if you have it, that's awesome. Like, for you, I would definitely get it, but like if I had this like $500 more just to throw away, I'd be like, yeah, for sure, give me that. But I don't, and I'm okay with my PlayStation I have right now, and it's like I wasn't a huge fan of that design anyway. Honestly, I was looking at custom ones after that because I was like, it would be cool to have one, but like I'm not a huge fan of the design. The controller's pretty cool too. I think my controller that I have is a little bit better though. We got the comic-y web pattern, and then it says Spider-Man, and it's got the advancer right there. My girlfriend got me that for Christmas last year. I'm excited to play with that controller. Let's see what the kid has to say after that.
Went through such great lengths to even get a PS5.
The classic PS5 story.
Spider-Man Miles Morales,
and
it was sitting on my shelf
collecting
for like months and months because I didn't have a PS5. I slept outside of
Walmart
for two nights. I slept outside of Target for one night, and I finally got it through my cousin's friend's friend for $100 over retail price. So at least I finally got one, right? Moving on, something else.
Moving on. What are we talking about this episode?
Very, very excited for is the new Hawkeye Disney Plus.
Dude. Like, it doesn't really hit you until you like think about it like that. Hawkeye didn't even come out yet. That's wild. This is an old podcast, 2 years old. That's insane, bro. Wow. But the kid was onto something. The kid had a lot to talk about, and he was right. So let's talk about my actual thoughts and concerns now. So obviously my main thought is I'm excited. This game, like when the reviews came out on Monday, they were all 10s across the table, 9s thrown in there, and a few 8s. Nothing below that. Only a few 8s too, right? 8.5s, 9.5s, 10s all around. Like, people are saying it is the greatest superhero game of all time, which is kind of wild because I wholeheartedly believe that the first Spider-Man game is the greatest superhero game of all time. Trying to be not biased at all. I think it's great as a modern superhero adaptation for video games. The Arkham series is a fantastic series, and I will be replaying it after Marvel Spider-Man 2 because I want to see the differences and how just games have grown, and I really want to be super unbiased and try to make a real decision for you guys if the Arkham trilogy still holds up and it holds a candle to the Marvel Spider-Man 2, which I don't think it will, unfortunately. But because Spider-Man's just better. Let's be real. Spider-Man is better. Oh, man. I'm excited, guys. So my thoughts right now is I'm super excited to play. I'm really interested in the story because they have been setting up this huge story through the story trailers and the gameplay trailers and just through the PlayStation blogs that we've been reading. This story sounds phenomenal. People have been saying in their reviews that this is 10 times of a better story than the first two games, which were already phenomenal, great immersive stories. And they say the way that Yuri Lowenthal plays Spider-Man in this is just absolutely phenomenal. And I know he's going to kill it. Yuri's been killing it my entire life. He's played Ben 10. He's played Spider-Man. You know what I recently learned that's kind of funny? He played Goku in the live action Dragon Ball movie tie-in game for the PS2. It was like a fighting game, like a Mortal Kombat type game, but for the characters in Dragon Ball Evolution. He played Goku, so he has Goku, Ben 10, and Spider-Man under his belt. He also has Superman under his belt. People are saying he could put Sonic on his list too, because he could be a good Sonic. I believe that too, but they say that Yuri Lowenthal puts his entire heart into this performance, and I do not doubt that for a second. Yuri Lowenthal is honestly one of the most underrated voice actors of all time, and he truly is, to me, like when I'm reading Spider-Man comics, he is the Spider-Man I hear in my head. Second to that would probably be Josh Keaton, and third to that, probably Andrew Garfield, which is kind of odd to hear because I think Tom or Toby would be next, but Andrew, he's number 3. He's my Spider-Man. Like, I think I've gone on the record saying that the Insomniac Spider-Man series is like one of my favorite modern adaptations of the Spider-Man character, and this next game is just going to set it up to be like just icing on the cake for sure. My favorite. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to check out the open world. It's so much more like broad. Like we have the 2 new boroughs, Queens and Brooklyn, with Coney Island, and then there was like at Coney Island there was the minor league stadium, which you could get achievement for running around the bases, home run. Like the immersiveness of this game is just going to be absolutely phenomenal, along with all the new swinging mechanics like we talked about. So we have the new slingshot, which you can slingshot from anywhere, but there are certain points in the game where you can do a super slingshot. We have the wind tunnels for the web wings, and you don't have to be in the wind tunnels for the web wings whatsoever. You could just do the web wings mixed in with your web swinging, your web zipping, your point launching, your I think there was a new you know how in the game where you could kind of wrap around a wall and like use your web to like wrap around a wall. There is a new feature. I think they're calling it a wall tether, where it kind of does the same thing, but it kind of like he has a little bit more momentum. He kind of like runs off the wall, right? And like does like a vertical type of like web thwip, and then he does like he point launches a little bit more like far and like faster. So like the traversal in this game has been updated. Like it went from a 1 to 10 real fast. Like in Miles Morales, we got, what did we get from Miles Morales? We got more like we got more like air tricks. That's pretty much it. Nothing really new with traversal on that note when it came to the first 2 games, but like this game, it steps it up. Like I cannot wait to get my hands on it. And then we have the new swinging mechanics in the settings where you can toggle off the assisted swinging. So you literally have to be like using both of your joysticks to move around Spider-Man so you're not hitting walls, and you can put fall damage on to make it even worse. Oh, loop-de-loops too. We have loop-de-loops. You can do loop-de-loops pretty much anywhere in the map as long as you have the room to do it. If you have assisted swinging off, though, you can just hit a wall and die if you have fall damage on. Like the way they thought about the web swinging and just being in the open world, just swinging around when you're bored. Like, I don't think I'll ever get bored. Like, it makes me happy. I don't know if you could tell. By all my podcasts this past 3-4 months on Spider-Man 2, I don't know if you could tell that this game is, I'm very excited for this game. I don't know if you guys can tell. What else do I have to say about the web swinging and all that? Like, they just added so much more to accommodate for everybody's play style, and I'm here for it. The fact that you can meet up with Miles or meet up with Peter when you're playing as the other Spider-Man to do crimes together, to just say hi, to do the finger guns at each other, it's just absolutely phenomenal. Like, the fact that I've talked to people who aren't into the Spider-Man games, who aren't Spider-Man fans. My boy Ethan, shout out Ethan, love you, buddy. I talk about it and I'm like, you got to admit, like, you're not a fan of this, but you got to admit, like, that from a technological standpoint, and what Insomniac Games did with this, how like, if you're playing as Peter, you can see Miles on the map, and you could, like, swing next to him, and he's, like, doing a crime by himself, or he can join you in crimes. Like, how cool is that? And he goes, dude, that's actually super sick. I wish games would do that more. What else do we have in the open world? I mean, I heard one thing that kind of made me a little upset is the diversity in the street crimes. There's not too many new ones, and a lot of them feel the same, which, I mean, they did a lot. I mean, you have drug deals, you have break-ins, you have people running away from the break-ins, you have car chases, you have drug deals, then car chases, you have car chases that lead to a truck full of goons coming at you, you have store robberies, like storefront robberies, you have like accidents, you have kidnappings. There's so much that you can do that they already added in the first game. So I didn't expect them to have like too much in this game, but for sure, there's going to be a little bit less diversity in that because they've done already so much in the first two games. What other things did I see that I'm kind of concerned about? So besides the like game aspect of it, like the story and all that, the suits. Now, even though I spent most of my time in the first two games playing with the classic suits, except for Miles Morales, I love the Yen suit. That one's great. I heard the suits are kind of lacking on Peter's end. And I know this is the opening game, and we got how many more suits and suit packs for DLCs and just add-ins for the first game, and even the second game we got the advanced suit or the advanced tech suit and whatnot. I heard Peter's kind of lacking with suits. I heard he has a good few, but I heard that Miles has the most, the better of the bunch, I should say, when it comes to the suits. Which, I mean, they'll probably add more for Peter. I know they will, but I think they're missing on like the comic suits. I think that's what they said. They have a lot of Insomniac done suits, and excluding the digital deluxe edition suits, you have like 68 suits with over like 200 combinations with the variants, which is pretty cool. I'm excited, guys. Like for the suits, I mean, the black and red advanced suit, I was really excited for, but it has a very pinkish hue to the red in it. I don't know how much I'm gonna love that, but we'll see. We'll see. Another thing I might be a little bit concerned about is I know this game is miles beyond what the first two games were, but the story is a little bit short. I heard it's like the same size as the first game, which isn't bad. I still am going to enjoy it from front to the end, but I was hoping that it could be a little bit longer. Also, I don't know how long it's going to take me to play. I don't remember how long it took me to play the first game. I think it took me like a week because I had like school and whatnot, and I'm not planning on rushing through this. I'm planning on savoring it and just being like not too stingy with it. I'm not going to play for like hours sitting there. Like, I'm going to take a break, even though I probably won't want to because I've been waiting 5 years for this freaking game. I'm going to savor it. Then I'm going to bring you guys my review with Matt because I know we both want to jot down some thoughts and make like a really well-structured video for you guys on what we think of the game and whatnot, and like every little thing from the suits to the photo mode, all that kind of stuff. And speaking of the photo mode, I saw something really, really cool. There's like I don't know if that was an actual term called action figure mode, where you could shrink Spider-Man and put him on things like a little elf on the shelf. That's so cool. Like, they thought of everything. Things that we didn't even want, they put in the game. Like, they really, like, Insomniac ate. That's it. They cooked it up, and they're eating, bro. And I could not be happier with this game. Like, I'm so happy. Like, so let's talk about the story and what we know now. So the villains of the game, confirmed villains of the game, obviously we have Lizard, Kraven, and Venom. Those have been confirmed through trailers, through gameplay, and just through obviously word of mouth and like advertisements and whatnot. But we did get a few new ones on the roster. We have Mysterio, which we saw at the second PlayStation Showcase. And then recently we got a like final trailer with Sandman. So Sandman is most likely going to be the first villain. I'm curious to see how he gets out, because Sandman was apparently trapped in that little sand vial that Peter had, right? So I'm a little bit curious to see how he gets out or if that's really the case when it comes to his story. Some other villains, we have Yuri Watanabe's Wraith, we have Black Cat, we have Taskmaster, who I don't know if he's going to make an appearance. We haven't seen a lot of him. Probably side missions like he was before. Maybe he's tracking Miles this time and he has to do the same stuff. I don't know. It'd be cool to see. I know they don't... Like, adding on to that story is a little bit difficult because he's a very much like an Avengers villain. And, like, I don't know. Like, he works with Spider-Man because obviously, like, Spider-Man's, like, more, like... to the ground, and Taskmaster is going toe-to-toe with the Avengers, so like he wants maybe to get more of the street level heroes and whatnot. But I would love to see him in the game. I think that's one of my like most anticipated characters to return is Taskmaster, because his only crime of the first game was not being in it enough. Tombstone's also somebody that we could think about. He was on the like Taskmaster, Tombstone, and a couple other villains like in the raft were on the map of like when we first got the gameplay trailer of Kraven, like perhaps a new hunting ground, and his like guy, his goon, shows him like the iPad full of like the powered beings in New York. Mr. Negative is also another character that we're going to be seeing in this game. I can't lie, although I'm going to be like, that's awesome. I know I'm going to be like, Mr. Negative, Lee, where have you been, dog? I think it could have been replaced with a different character. Like, if we don't get Chameleon in the game, then for sure Chameleon could have been like a Mr. Negative type character. Because I know he has to deal with like Miles' story, and I know it's not just a Peter story, and Mr. Negative killed Miles' dad. But I think they could do something with Chameleon there. Because, like, it's Kraven's cousin, bro. And he's gone toe-to-toe. Spider-Man's gone toe-to-toe with Chameleon before. So it's like why not put him in the game? Another character that I think might be in this game is a smaller Spider-Man villain called Butane. I think he's like a side mission type character, like kind of like a Screwball. If Screwball is in this game, so help me God. I joked around with Matt saying that like Peter's breaking point when he knows he has to rip off the black suit is when he kills Screwball. Like he just like snaps her neck or something. And I would love to see that, honestly. I would love to see that. Butane, who's a smaller villain, he's kind of just like similar like to a Tombstone. I think he would probably be where he's just running doing crimes and stuff like that. He's like kind of like a crime head, like a boss. And he basically has flamethrowers on his wrist where he just shoots flames. He supposedly is going to be in Spider-Man Freshman Year, the Disney Plus show that I think we'll be talking about a lot more after this comes out and after the strikes have ended, because there's going to be a lot more information on that. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be good. That's for a different episode. Final thoughts while we wrap things up here. Like, I'm so excited. Like, there's so much to the story. Like, the black suit is another thing. Like, talked about it a lot. The black suit has become one of my favorite Spider-Man iterations, especially as I'm reading more now about it. I mean, I've read basically all there is to it, but like, it's still so cool to see like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man just become that darkness that sometimes you want him and you think he needs to indulge in, right? Like, Uncle Ben's killer would be 6 feet under any day, any time if Black Suit Spider-Man went after him, right? So it's like sometimes they need that justice. I can't wait to play with the black suit, bro. So there's like 4 different variations of the black suit. So I think there's a red and blue, like 90s cartoon Spider-Man with like the shading. The black suit Spider-Man, I think there's a blue one, a purple shading, which is like, thank you. Thank you. Like, thank you. Everybody has their favorite type of shading for the black suit. Mine personally is the blue shading. Kind of basic, but come on, you got to respect it. Purple shading's nice too. I like that a lot, but I feel like purple shading wouldn't fit in this type of game. I don't know. Venom just doesn't seem like the purple shading in this type of game. I think he blends in with more blue, in my opinion, dark blue. So we'll see. But I don't think those are actual variants of the suit. I think that's just like my opinion. I think because I saw there were 4 variants, but I didn't get a good look because I saw some leaks. Some suits in the game that we already know. We have the finale suit that kind of got confirmed. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, which was not confirmed a couple weeks ago. A week ago. Or was it like 2 weeks ago? Wasn't confirmed 2 weeks ago, but some early reviewers kind of leaked some photo mode pictures of with it. It looks great. They actually updated the game just to make that suit better. So anybody who had it on preload already was able to update the game because of that. So that's pretty cool. Insomniac, I'm gonna wrap it up now. It's been over like 30 minutes, so let's wrap it up here. Insomniac, thank you. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are outstanding. You guys are the definition of meeting the fans' expectations, building this game for the fans, loving your job while doing it, and treating your coworkers right. Treating your employees right. I haven't heard one complaint about the hostile work environment of Insomniac Games while in the making of Marvel Spider-Man 2, which is pushing boundaries in the PS5. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear my PS5 hiss a little bit with the fan. I've never heard a hiss like that ever while playing any of the next-gen games, but I have a feeling doing some of the things in Spider-Man 2 is going to make my PlayStation, the fan run, a little bit extra, because I know they push the boundaries of this game from everything that I've read and saw. Story-wise, I'm just excited to see how it plays out. I feel like they're going to deliver a fantastic Venom story, that it's going to work even though it's not Eddie Brock, and it's going to be fantastic. I really can't wait. Kraven's going to be awesome. Like, he's a very one-sided villain. Like, all he wants is to hunt, but they're going to find a way to make him more than that and make it work. I'm excited, guys. I'm super excited. I think I'm going to let you guys go so you guys can go play the game. And I can go back. I gotta go sleep. In a few hours, I'm getting the game. So, thank you all so much for listening or watching. I keep saying that. Can we get like a counter? Like, I want to count. Next video, if I say listening again, I'm going to put up a counter of how many times I've said listening instead of watching in all of the visual episodes, because of how many episodes I did just audibly. Audio. Jesus Christ. I gotta go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am very glad that today is officially October 20th. So I'm filming this on Thursday night. I can't wait, guys. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep. Like, if I wanted to right now, I wouldn't do this because it's pretty stupid of me if I did this right now, because I know that my package is coming tomorrow. I could download the game on my PlayStation right now and play it. But I have to pay the extra charge because I don't have the code on me right now. It would be awesome if Insomniac didn't include the code in the box, right? And you just gave you the code in the email, so you can get the statue later, but you can play now, because I would totally be playing now instead of being here with you guys. But I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for loving these videos. These Marvel Spider-Man 2 videos, even if they were my Let's Plays or my breakdowns, have been some of my most popular videos. And it's not going to end. Obviously I have to do my review. I'm going to do my suit wish list, my suit tier list, and kind of like a reflection after I played the game of what I've been saying for the game. So it's not the end, but I'm going to try to move on past Marvel Spider-Man 2 stuff so I can talk about more Spider-Man stuff, more comic book stuff, because we are getting some stuff in the future. I know we have the Marvels in November 10th. We have Aquaman coming in December. So we have those two we're going to talk about. Unfortunately, Aquaman, we're going to have to talk about. They're resetting the DCU. They're resetting the entirety. Ezra's out. Jason Momoa's out. Dude, didn't you guys hear what he did on the set of Aquaman? He got drunk and showed up as Johnny Depp on set because Amber Heard was there and was like trying to get her fired and whatnot. I don't know. I'm going to let you guys go. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you guys are interested in Red Hawk Media and maybe want to get involved, you can contact us on Instagram at redhawk.media. DM us for any questions. I will answer you personally if you ask. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, thank you all for all the support. Why am I talking so fast? Thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have been giving me on the Marvel Spider-Man 2 videos. I truly do appreciate it, and I love you all. I can't wait for you guys to experience this game, and hopefully you guys just love it. Love it as much as I probably am right now as you're watching this video. So here's how I recommend playing it. So Najee Jeter said you should play this game with the lights off and your 3D headphones on. So that's how I'm going to be playing it. Me and my SteelSeries headset. Where are they? I don't know where they are. I just was wearing them. It's okay. Doesn't matter. We're going to be locked in. Lights are going to be off. I stole a chair. There was a chair that we had in the studio. It's like a sack chair. Cicely brought it in. I'm sorry, Cicely. I stole it for the weekend. Sorry, everybody else. I stole it for the weekend. If you guys are using it, I looked at it. I'm like, that's like the perfect chair to play a game in. So I took it home with me, so it's there. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Once again, if you guys are interested in Red Hawk Media, maybe want to get involved, you can contact us on Instagram at redhawk.media. DM us, and I will answer you personally if you have a question for me or any questions at all. If you ever want to join the club, just DM us, and you'll be invited to our next meeting to check that out. Super excited to play this game. I hope you guys are too. And I'll see you guys on the flip. I've never said that. I'll see you guys later. Bye.